So this has been the first real test of this 2-ton Chinese mini excavator. And that's because we've had to dig a 2-foot deep, 60-foot long trench in order to put the service pipe in from the wellhead to the cabin to provide water from the well. And digging in this ground is not an easy feat. And that's because the ground is filled with stones and boulders. Basically, it's 50 feet of overburden. That's glacial scrub that was left by the last ice age and deposited lots of large rocks. And I'd worried that this excavator wouldn't have the power to do the job. But what I have to say is I'm very pleased. And it only took me 1 day to dig this trench. And on top of that, I'm using the quick change accessory. Using this accessory means that the digger itself has less power, and also it limits the reach of the bucket because you're adding in an extra section, and that section has extra joints, etc. So it soaks up the power, but it also restricts what kind of dig you can make. If I were going to do this job again, then I think I would take off this accessory. In fact, the next test is to dig a 7-foot pit. That's the limit of the arm of this excavator for a toilet in the campsite. When I do that, then I'll use the standard bucket. It's a little bit wider, so it won't have as much power in one point, and I'll take off this accessory. And I've got to see if the machine's going to be able to reach down basically 7 feet underground. It's going to be difficult because if we encounter a large boulder, something really big, like the size of the digger or size of a car, it's not going to work. But in terms of digging for this well, then I'm really pleased. Not only has it got the power to lift some of these large boulders, but also it's got a lot of accuracy. It's much more stable and smooth than I thought it would be, because many of these cheap diggers don't have a very sophisticated hydraulic system. This one has return valves. That means if you've got skill in the machine, then you can be very accurate. For example, I was digging very close to the foundations of the house. And if you make a mistake, you can undermine your foundations. And so I've got absolutely no regrets whatsoever for having bought this machine, and I can see that I'll be putting it to a lot of use.